Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VIN 0817, VIN 817. This is a 2016 3R1, which is Matador Red Mica Red with LA20 black interior, and it's for sale right now on Facebook Marketplace here in the middle of July 2026 in Ohio with 4-digit mileage, 9,700 miles for $75,000. And it is a one owner, no accident, no stories car. Production statistics: 106 out of the 2,348 cars, that's it, only 106 were Matador Red Mica for the US 49. Most of them had black interior. 89 had LA20 interior. On the Matador Red Mica in the US, you could only get it with Stratus Gray, of which there were 17, or black, which is what most of them were, 89 cars. And so that's 3.79% of all of the US 49 production was this color combo. So like an 8 out of 10. So it's pretty rare. You're not going to see a lot of them pop up. For 2016, 73 out of the 1,418 cars for the US 49 were Matador Red Mica, and 57 had LA20 black interior. So this car at its rarest is one of 57. It's a rare color, but a common combo. So most of them had black interior. This car was built January 7th of 2016, but its in-service date was August 4th of 2017. So that kind of tells you how long it sat for sale. We'll get to that in a minute. Has engine 2064224. So it'll be underneath the upper intake manifold. If you want to see, there's a black and white label right there. And it has options G4, which is the lighted front door sills, Mark Levinson, and Z2 comfort and convenience package, which is the trunk mats, the cargo net, the wheel locks, and the key gloves, along with the applique on the rear bumper, the clear film on the top of the rear bumper. Carfax, Epic VIN, and auto check. This one's pretty easy. Carfax, one owner, no accident, no stories car on my 2026 Carfax and on my 2024 Carfax. Everything jives there. Epic VIN is a one owner, no accident car, and auto check also is a one owner, no accident car. So I think it's safe to assume this is a one owner, no accident car. Previous sales. So as I kind of alluded in the production statistics, this car was put on sale in February of 2016 in Miami, Florida for $88,000. It was still for sale in March of 2016. It was still for sale in September of 2016. Still for sale in April of 2017. So now we're a year and 2 months in. And they finally discounted it almost $20,000 at the end of July 2017 to $69,000, and it finally sold in August of 2017. So a year and 5 months or so that it sat around for sale. If you've watched these videos, you've seen that when these cars were new, they sat around because the dealers didn't want to discount them. The market liked these cars when they were new in 2015, 2016 money at about $70,000, as is the case here. So they discounted it $18,000, $19,000 before it finally sold to its first and only owner. So now here that owner is in July of 2026, selling it on Facebook Marketplace and in the F Car for Sale groups with 9,700 miles for $75,000 in Ohio. So now to the photos. I would first and foremost, I would ask for some more photos. There's, kind of typical Facebook Marketplace, not very detailed. So ask for better photos. But from what I can tell, just overall looking at it, it looks like a car that has 9,700 miles. I wouldn't suspect that, it had a mileage blocker or something on it where it's got 50 or 100,000 or something like that. But it does have several little cosmetic mods, carbon fiber bits here and there. I would assume the factory parts are probably still available. That come with it, and it does have an aftermarket exhaust amongst other things. The seller states that it has a whole lot of mods, and just ask them for a list and they'll give you a list of the modifications, but it definitely looks like there's several, but most of them appear, other than the exhaust, most of them appear cosmetic. As far as the price goes, in this market here in July of 2026, it's where I would expect it to be for the mileage. Sub 10,000 miles, $75,000. That's about where I would expect to see it for the mileage. And if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I would have said probably mid 60s. But again, the market is red hot for these cars right now. The values have been going up tremendously. And so I don't feel like this car is overpriced in this market. I feel like it's fair for the mileage, and it is a one owner, no accident car. And it's somewhere in the area of 5 to 8% of these cars left are one owner, no accident cars. And so this is one of them. So now to the service history. This car doesn't have a lot of miles, so I wouldn't expect to see a whole lot on the service history, and that's the case here. So the last dealer service, however, was 7 years ago, 7,000 miles ago, 7 years ago. But that's really 2 oil changes and it's up to date on service. So not a lot to expect there for the service history. You're gonna come up more along age stuff, which I will talk about here in a minute. So the first entry of note is August of 2018, 2,000 miles, the JLB recall was done, that's the high pressure fuel pumps. October of 2019, 2,700 miles, the KLG was done. That is the GPS location reporting incorrectly. On that service, they also had a note about a noise when starting, sounded kind of funny, and the tech just noted that it's the intake baffles. So the intake system has a vacuum operated baffle that opens up when you first start it or when under high throttle, high load, and that's all it was. So nothing out of the ordinary there. On Carfax in 2022, there's a note from a shop at 5,600 miles. It was serviced. That was likely just an oil change. And so that's really it. So maybe there's an oil change that's not reported or it's due for an oil change, and that's about it. So what's not done? The ZLZ, of course, the sticky dash. The in-service date, because this car sat around so long, the in-service date is August 4th of 2017. So you have until August 4th of 2027. So you have like a little over a year left on coverage for getting the dash replaced if it is at all sticky. This car's probably spent most of its life in a garage, not exposed to the UV rays and the heat and things like that. So I wouldn't expect that this car is going to probably have the dash issue before the coverage is expired. Low pressure fuel pump, don't see where it was reprogrammed. All of the 16s, most of them were affected by it, and so there is a fix for it, but it's no longer free. So if you hear a humming or buzzing in the back seat, shut everything off except the engine and listen very closely. And if you hear that, there is a reprogram for that, but it's no longer free, as I said. Speaking of the low pressure fuel pump recall, which the parts should be available any day now, but this car is affected by that and the replacement parts are not yet available. Because of the age and the little mileage, I would look at the tire date codes. Hopefully the tires have been replaced at least once. If not, what's on there is almost 10 years old. And so the other things, the fluids, the belt, maybe the radiator hoses, just things that you would replace from age, that's something I would look into probably doing. In reality, it's probably not gonna need much. Again, maybe tires. So would I buy this car? Absolutely, in a heartbeat. And the only thing I would do, again, I touched on it earlier, is probably tires if they haven't been replaced just on age, and I would do fluids, and that was it. And you know, it really doesn't need much. And as you would expect for asking a premium price in a market like this, for a car like this, I think it's fair, and I don't think it'll sit around too long at this price because there's not very many of them out there. So that's what I've got for you guys. VIN 0817. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.